And we're recording the Remain Seated podcast. Oh, it's your kitty, Festus.
She hopped up here and decided to give me a hug.
Which kitty is this?
This is Joe. Joe, look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Hold Joe up so we can see Joe. Mm-hmm. Hi, Joe.
Say something?
Is Joe... Joe's not the noisy one, though, right?
No, that's Phoebe. You'll probably hear her at some point, too.
You're a two-cat house? Oh, there she is.
Did you hear it? Did she?
Yes. So we're remaining seated across the country. We need to figure out exactly how many miles it is between Jacksonville and Salt Lake City.
It's like, I drove it. It's like 2,400 miles.
Okay, we're 2,400 miles apart, remaining seated. Mm-hmm. And I think we're figuring out how to do a podcast. Yay!
It's not even terrible. It could be so much more terrible. Oh, here's Phoebe. She's on my lap. Hi, Phoebe.
Let's see Phoebe. I did not raise you to be a cat person. I don't know how to feel about this.
Shame.
Okay. Dog life goes against the remaining seated credo. Because when you have a dog, you have to stand up a lot more.
Cats don't require you to stand at all. I don't know.
Cats are basically self-sufficient.
Yeah, you can leave your cats alone all day and they're perfectly fine, right?
Yeah, we've left them home alone for like 4 days.
4 days? Do you have one of those feeders?
We have an automatic feeder.
Yeah, you can't do that with dogs.
No.
Do you have both cats right there?
I didn't bring them in here.
You're a crazy cat. Florida man.
Yeah, there's one. She's right here, and then there's one on my lap right now. Hi.
Oh my gosh. So Jonesie and I think we figured out a time to come see you.
Yeah.
Actually,
come visit you.
The second week of November.
Yes, it'll be my birthday present, getting to see you.
Okay. Yeah. What did you say? Like the 11th, right?
Yeah. And but I'm a little worried about the cat situation. So there's a Courtyard Marriott I see right not far from your house. So we're gonna stay at the Courtyard Marriott.
I could recommend when we moved here, we stayed at a Holiday Inn Express
for
a week. Mm-hmm.
And how
it was 5 out of 10.
Really? Okay. What's the Courtyard? Is it better than that?
I don't know. You have to come find out.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to see you. I just can't sleep in a cat house.
I wouldn't be able to breathe in a cat house.
Yeah, she's horribly.
You're going to have to take me to the ER.
We went to see, this is a true story. We went to see Papa Barberi. Mm-hmm.
outside
on his deck. We weren't even in the house.
With the cat, how many cats does he have? Does he just have one cat?
He just has one cat.
I pet the dog that's in the house with the cat.
Well, the fur gets all together.
But I didn't even touch the cat. I didn't go inside. And I touched the dog that had been with the cat, and I got hives everywhere. Couldn't breathe. Had to go home.
Like, I almost took her to the emergency room. It was
almost gave me an EpiPen, too. We had it out and ready.
And she wasn't even in the house with the cats.
Wait, do you have an EpiPen? Do you, like, carry one with you?
Yes.
Okay, so
I do. I carry it.
Okay. What happens when she's at a volleyball game or something?
That's true. You should. Well, you don't.
I mean, I don't think there's many cats at volleyball games, but you might.
There are people who have cats
that
play volleyball.
It's true.
See, the dander. It's the dander.
like in Harry Potter, when Hermione takes the hair off the girl, but it was a cat hair.
Exactly.
Everything comes back to Harry Potter.
You can relate. It's just like The Simpsons.
Exactly.
Is that? Because she turned into a cat. That's okay. I remember.
Because they took the hair and they put it in the polyjuice potion.
Yeah.
The polyjuice potion?
Yes, you need a piece of the hair of the person you need to turn into. And she went, who's the person?
Millicent Bulstrode.
Yeah, I said Bulstrode. I said Bulstrode. I couldn't remember the Millicent. But she took a hair off of her robes. It was a cat hair. So that's why she turned into a cat. And she had to go to the infirmary.
The infirmary where you would go see Festus, because that's sort of what he does or will do eventually. So
the sick bay. That's where. Yeah, it's the sick bay.
So I was trying to figure out a day to record this podcast, and I said, "Is today good or tomorrow good?" And why was tomorrow not good?
Tomorrow, I'm taking the National Registry for Emergency Medical Technicians exam.
An EMT. Now is this through the Navy or is this a whole separate thing?
It's the civilian side of it. So I'd be registered as a civilian EMT, but the way I was able to circumvent having to take the class was the studying that I did and the courses that I took in A school, in hospital corpsman A school, allows you to kind of write that off as like I've done it already. I could just take
similar stuff.
Yeah.
So does this mean you'll be able to work like outside of your naval duties as an EMT while you're there, or is this just good for future stuff?
Yeah, I can do. It's called moonlighting, and you can I was looking into something where I can volunteer like a couple times a month doing it for the local fire department. They have a volunteer program.
Oh, cool.
And so it wouldn't be too much to where it would just be gone all the time, but it'd be just enough to get some experience doing it.
And they're probably desperate for help, I would guess.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're taking the test tomorrow.
It's the written one, and then I have to go do a demonstration of like a practical one.
Like, does that mean like, bandaging wounds and CPR and what?
Mm-hmm. Patient assessment, hemorrhage control.
Hemorrhage control is very important.
It is.
You don't
That's
want
one of the main ones, actually.
You don't want them to bleed out.
Mm-hmm.
No, not on your watch.
No.
And you're not squeamish at all about that.
No.
You're good.
Are you? Are
No.
you afraid of blood?
If I didn't do this, I think I could be a nurse. Like that's
come
like
on.
I could totally do what? I nurse you all the time.
Yeah, but that's like a mom thing. I don't
You
know
would
if
just
that's
feel
a
bad for
profession.
everybody.
Is that a job?
That's what you'd just be sad all the time.
Yeah, you.
That's not true.
Yes, you would. You'd feel. You'd like shoulder the guilt.
That's true. I'd have a hard time leaving it at work.
Yeah.
I think.
Like you'd. I don't think you could ever leave work. I think you'd work yourself to death.
That's one of those jobs that, I don't know how nurses and healthcare workers do. But like for you, you don't go home thinking about your dental patients when you go home, all worried about them.
No, I'm not
abscess.
like, they could have used a cleaning. Man, that was a dirty mouth. No.
You are in people's mouths or around people's mouths all day, aren't you?
All day, yeah. Lately, I've been taking X-rays.
How's
So,
mine?
20 from here. Hold on. Gotta get closer.
Is that good?
Okay, they look pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome.
How about mine? Good? Yeah, we're all good?
Well,
No?
you've got a couple root canals, right? So
That's true,
we got to
yeah.
talk about that.
She just had a cavity filled.
A genetic cavity, not because I don't brush my teeth.
What is a genetic cavity?
It's because my lucky genetics have these divots built into my teeth that the doctor said would be impossible to get with a normal toothbrush, so that it's not my fault that I had a cavity in there, because it is physically impossible to get the area of which the cavity was in.
Have you ever heard of a
Not
genetic
true.
cavity? No? No?
That's why
Everybody has the divots. They're called pits and fissures.
He told me that the way I had two right up against each other, and they were like divots next to each other, and it was at the very bottom.
You know your sister.
Apex of the divot.
Mm-hmm. They're right
she's a rule follower, and she.
Hey, look at these teeth. I brush them
Do you floss?
sometimes. That's more than most people do.
When was the last time you flossed?
When was the last time you flossed?
It was over a month ago.
Have
wasn't
you?
it?
Has your job got you to start flossing regularly? Are you
I
like
never
I don't?
flossed a day in my life until I started this job.
And now you see what can happen if you don't, right?
Well, yeah, because I see patients that are 18 and have fine teeth, and then I see what happens when they're 54 and have never flossed, and they've got like all metal teeth. They have 4 that are missing.
Nasty.
It's horrible.
So you floss now. But yeah, it shouldn't take going to dental assisting school to to realize that flossing's important, right?
No.
I don't.
I
do it
also
as
never
often
knew
as I
that you
should.
were supposed to, when you brush your teeth, you're not supposed to rinse with water. You're supposed to just spit and leave the toothpaste.
Because that's where the fluoride has to sit on your teeth.
And I never knew that. Thank you, Mother.
Well, did I tell you to rinse?
You never taught me that. You never
Did
taught
I
me that.
teach you that? Do you know that?
I'm gonna stop doing that now.
Do you rinse now?
Yes.
See?
Because it's gross.
You don't want
What?
that. It's like, feels like gooky, you know?
Yeah. Yes, you want some water.
But don't. You need the fluoride.
Now I won't,
Okay.
because I have a medical professional.
You're a medical professional.
Pretty impressive.
No.
I would like to be.
Well, so can we help you study for the EMT thing?
Yeah, it's tomorrow, and I've been studying all week. And so,
Did you
If I
send me a
fail.
question?
no, I didn't. No, I was about to, and then you're like, let's start the show.
Because I want to quiz you. But like not something like, how many beats per minute is this thing? And
But that's
Not
what the
quite.
questions are. Those are things you need to know.
do you know the answer? How many beats per minute?
How many
Just
beats per
if
minute?
you know.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
Do you know how
mean?
many beats per minute? That's the question. That's what it's going to stand that said. How many beats per minute?
What kind of things do you need to know? I don't know what you need to know.
They have different signs and symptoms of things. They have what different
All the
conditions are,
medical
like neurogenic
supplies.
shock. I've been
Okay,
studying
what's
what that
what's
is.
neurogenic shock?
That is when you get a spinal injury. This
Uh-huh.
isn't going to be fun. You get a spinal injury. It's going to sound technical. And,
Okay.
And your sympathetic nervous system becomes cut off from the smooth muscle lining
Uh-huh.
your blood vessels
Uh-huh.
so that they can't contract. So they dilate, and then blood pools below the point of the spinal injury.
Whoa.
I know.
You
It's
totally
nuts.
sound like you know what you're talking about.
That was
I
very
know.
impressive. That was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, here's a question. When you're triaging someone, you're an
Yeah.
EMT, you get called to a car accident.
A mass casualty incident?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the first thing you do?
The first thing you do is make sure the scene is safe.
You go to the babies first if there's a baby on board sign.
If there's
So,
a baby on board
baby
sign.
on
You look for the baby on board sign.
Some people have that on their car and there's not even a baby in there, so they waste their time.
Well, yeah, because isn't that a thing? Like if you have a baby on board sign, like they're more likely to check you first than like the other.
I mean,
They
it
should.
might make them aware that there could be a baby on board, but I don't think they would necessarily
I've
go there
heard
first.
that somewhere that sometimes like people put them on even though they don't have a baby, just so like in case
They're
they get in an
cheating?
accident. Yeah.
I can't see them. I don't think that they prioritize babies over other people. To be honest
I
with you,
would.
that sounds mean. I don't think they do that.
I'm sorry, grown adult person. I'm going for it's women and children first. Isn't that a thing? Women and
Yeah,
children.
I mean that's when the Titanic is sinking. That's the rule there.
I was watching that earlier today.
You did?
Yeah.
Why would you just watch the Titanic on a Saturday? Just
Because I've never seen it before. And
The
I was
have you ever
like,
seen the Titanic?
The
it
Titanic.
was slightly before my time.
I can tell you exactly when it was. It came out right when you were born, Festus.
In '97.
Yeah, it's in December. It came out. It was the first thing, first movie, first time I went out after you were born. Grammaire, the Sainted Mary Claire, came over to babysit you, so I could go see the Titanic. And it was a long outing because it's like a 3-hour movie.
Mhm.
But
I have 52 minutes left and I've been watching it all day.
you know how it ends, right?
I think I can figure out how it.
Not well. Does not have a happy ending.
I didn't think so.
So you come upon this.
Hi.
Is the cat going to help you out? So you
See,
come
she's
up.
cute.
She is cute. We're doing. If you're just listening to the audio portion of this, which we're going to post, we're also going to post a video portion of this on
Potion? A video potion?
a video portion on our Remain Seated YouTube channel, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, we'll put it up there.
So you'll be able to see the cats and.
Is that Joe?
Yeah, this is Joe. Phoebe's the one
Got
with the white. And it's a girl too, by the way. Everyone calls her a he because it's Joe, but we think that Joe
But
for
it's
a girl is cute.
J-O, like Josephine.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I call her
Joe.
Joseph because I think it's funny, but she's a female.
So you come upon a mass casualty event. You make
Mhm.
sure this scene is secure. What, like if there's a fire or something?
Well, yeah, like if it's you got to make sure if you roll up soon that there aren't cars that are going to hit you, there aren't power lines that are touching a car, because you can't go up to a car and touch it if there are power lines that are down. That's
So
one
what
of
do
the
you
rules.
do if that's happening?
You wait until it's safe. You don't go in, because if you put yourself in danger and you get hurt, then you just become another patient and you're not helping anybody.
Okay, there's no power lines down, there's no fire, you're not in traffic, then what do you do?
You go and assess the patient, and then you triage them based on their injuries. So there's red tag, which is immediate, which is they get out of there like right now. And then there's delayed, which is not
Your
as
arm's broken, but you're fine. I'll get you
Yeah.
in a minute.
Yeah, that would be delayed. And then there's minimal, which is like you got a couple of scratches. And then expectant, which is a black tag, which means like they're probably going to die.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Why is that one the last one you do? If they're probably going to die, don't you get them out?
No, you want to give the patients that have the highest probability of surviving it out of there first.
Oh, okay.
Because a mass casualty incident happens when there are more patients than there are resources to help them all.
Oh,
And so
okay.
you want to give the people that have the best chance the best chance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know it's
you-
kind of a bummer, huh?
I mean, that's kind of what's happening in some hospitals with COVID stuff. They're having to decide, okay, this person has the best chance of survival, so they're going to get the most care.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. You know, like older people that, you know, that are going to die soon anyway, you want to give, you know, a 23-year-old who has more life to live a better chance, which makes sense. But it is kind of like
So that means of
a
the
hard
three of
pill to
us,
swallow.
Jonesie be the first one you go for.
Yeah,
She has to.
I win.
you win.
Win it late.
You do win life. So how long is this test?
It's anywhere from like 70 to 120 questions, I think.
It's quite the range.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on. So if you get more right, then there's less questions, or if you get a lot wrong, there's less questions. So if you are kind of doing so-so, they'll give you more questions to get you a better score. It just depends on how you're doing on the test.
It's like a computer thing, so it keeps track of how you're doing as you go.
Yeah, I'm doing it online. It's like a proctored, so there's someone looking through the webcam, watching, make sure I'm not cheating or anything.
So there's a webcam right here.
Well, I know, but I know who's looking.
No, you don't.
No,
you have
you
no
don't.
idea who's looking at that.
The
Well, I
government
would-
has this right now. This is
I
in
would
some
feel-
NSA office.
It feels much more uncomfortable, like taking a test, knowing there's someone that's just like staring at you the whole time, like
Well,
that
when
one.
you're at
That's,
school, you're in the room that your teacher's like
they don't. They're not
pacing,
paying.
drinking
They're
their
not
coffee
paying
or whatever.
attention. No, they're on the computer doing their own work, not paying attention.
Her teacher's a big Mountain Dew. Her math teacher's a big
Oh
Mountain
my
Dew.
good God.
What
You're gonna
adult
like this
drinks
one,
Mountain
EMT.
Dew?
No. Okay, she's like, we did the math. We think she's about 32. She's already had a heart attack, like at the age of 26 or 27.
A myocardial infarction, you mean?
That one. And she has a pacemaker, and she drinks like 7 energy drinks a day.
Yeah, she's not helping herself out there.
No.
So like she sees her first thing in the morning, but then
Well, I have her 8th period. So on days where we go backwards, I have her first, and on days where we go the normal way, I have her last. So I see her at the beginning and the end of the day.
And she's still drinking Mountain Dew.
She's always like, it'll be 8 in the morning and she's cracking open a Mountain Dew and pouring it into this, you know, the cups that they have to make the base smaller to fit in a cup holder, and then they get bigger at the top so you can have more.
Yeah, like a big
She has
cup.
3 of those constantly on her desk, and in the middle of the class she'll like chug one and then open another Mountain Dew and then pour it in and then drink out of another one, and it's like there's like 4 on her desk at all times.
It sounds like she's going to experience diabetic ketoacidosis.
what do you do for that?
What do you do for that? You give them insulin.
Even I knew that one.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I could be an EMT.
You could.
You totally could.
Yeah.
I
You just
am-
have to
You have
be
your-
18. You got to wait till you're 18.
You have your CPR training.
I do. I'm
Do you
certified.
did a BLS class?
Oh, we have the little. Go grab it. It's in Dad's office on the floor right there.
Really?
Yeah, we have the dummy on the floor right there.
Is that the one that I had in my room? I think I had one like in my closet. Or
No,
something.
remember I gave that one to little
To
Bill.
Little Bill, right? Yeah.
And
for
he
the
was
haunted
going
house
to
thing.
use it in the haunted house because
Mhm.
you need, yeah, we do have it right here. See?
Is that the American Heart Association?
Yeah. It's CPR anytime right here. And we have the.
Whenever you got it. Oh, you know what's funny? I was in the Atlanta airport on the way here when I was home last, and we saw there's a little station, like a little. It looks like one of those photo booths, but it's for CPR practice. So you go in and it like there's a little dummy and it trains you how to do CPR while you're in the airport.
Oh, this goes. Wait, I can set this up. Hold on.
There, you put that in there. This is good. This is good because
What is?
Oh wait, there's already one in there.
Do you
Jonesie's
inflate
gonna
it?
be Jonesie's gonna be babysitting tonight, and part of her interview process is that she's CPR certified. So
Why do you inflate that or something? Right?
yeah.
Okay.
You have to like inflate the skin color part,
Ew.
and then
Wait, how old is the person that you're babysitting?
They're 2, 4, and 6.
Okay, so then the CPR is different.
Oh.
I know that.
Okay.
Well, like babies.
Well, you guys quiz each other on it.
Well, like babies, you don't use like full force, full hand. You do like 2 fingers or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
for
then,
babies,
like-
you do 2 fingers.
Yeah,
right
there's
at
a
the
different
start.
process. Yeah, and then you like. Do you like lift them up and like pat them from the back and then do it again or something?
So if they,
Like, get the
if they're
fluid
choking
out?
on something, you hold
Yeah.
their. Here, I'll show you on the cat.
Yeah.
You hold their jaw right here,
Here,
and then
okay.
you smack their back.
Right.
Kind of hold them at an angle, and then
So
you
you have
hit
to
their back.
You have to
Like that.
support the head and neck.
So I got
Yeah.
it then. That's
Like that's if
basically
they're
what I
choking on
said.
something. You don't do the Heimlich. You do the.
Well, yeah, because you can't like a
No,
baby.
No.
but for CPR,
you tip. Watch this. You're gonna be impressed. Okay, they're
That is the
laying
creepiest
down.
looking thing.
It's so scary. Okay, but if they're laying down, you tilt their chin up.
Mm-hmm.
If I had another hand, I would use it. But you close the
Here, I'll
airway,
close the nose for you. There you
and
go.
then you do
I'll be there to help when you're giving
the
CPR.
compression.
That's 2-person CPR.
2 breaths. Well, let's pretend it's 1 person. Okay, you do 2 breaths, and then you do the and
You have a greasy nose. I can't hold on to it.
Some people have greasy noses, Mom. What if you're in the
you're
field?
gonna deal with it. And then sometimes there's in the little there's like barf bags when you're doing it where you have to like hold it underneath their mouth in case when you're doing CPR they throw up.
It happens.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm teaching you stuff.
Mhm.
And because in some like depending on where you are, like if you're in a school and they have like the emergency kits up on the wall, there's like like the shock thing.
The
And then-
AED?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do that, or is that above your
Yeah.
pay grade?
No, that's the AED. No, that's meant for everybody to be able to use. It walks you through it. Those are the things that are in like movie theaters and like every building ever
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the walls.
Yeah, inside of some of them, not all of them, they'll have
What is
little.
that?
It goes underneath the mouth,
It helps inflate the lung when you breathe into
and
it.
then I don't feel like I don't want to.
Wait, hold that up. Show it to me. What does it look like?
Well, I'm
The
trying
thing that
to.
goes inside. What is it?
It's so when you practice
It's
the
a fake
CPR.
mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It'll
okay.
inflate the
So
fake
there's a
lungs.
little thing, this
Mhm.
thing, that
Oh,
goes
like a
down
plastic
into here.
Track?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like this. This is
Mhm.
another one. So up here is where the mouthpiece is, and then there's a piece of plastic in it that holds it in place. And then
Okay.
this like secures it to the neck. And
This
then
is going to be
the-
great for the audio portion of it. And then this here, and then over here we have, and then down that you see this part right here. Anyway, so that's supposed to be a lung, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
What is? I can't. I'm driving to work right now. I
Yeah,
can't
I
see.
know.
I'm not watching a video.
It's something. It's a piece of plastic that looks like a lung.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a little
And then
balloon.
there's a little hole at the top where you go,
Mhm.
and then it inflates at the bottom, And that's CPR.
Now we're doing
everybody.
an instructional YouTube video.
Okay. Okay, what about the thing, because I've heard that once you start CPR, you have to keep doing it. You can't just stop
You can't stop until the EMTs get there.
until Festus gets there.
I'm so
Yeah,
educated, guys.
if you happen upon somebody that's, you got to keep going. You can't stop CPR for more than 10 seconds.
You go, you assess the situation. You point to what's the word? Bystander. I was trying to say standing by. I don't know. And you say, you call 911, and then you do it, and then you have to do it until the EMTs come.
Yep, and then you got to get the AED. If there's an AED around, you got to get that.
What's an AD?
An automatic external defibrillator.
I better not come upon an accident.
No.
I won't know what to do.
I won't call you. It's fine. No one's going to call you.
No one will call me.
No. We'll call you once we're at the hospital and you can come and give us a hug or something.
Yeah.
Oh, are you okay? Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what'll happen. That's your job.
I had to take her to the doctor yesterday. She has walking pneumonia. I know you can't tell.
I know. I don't feel like I have walking pneumonia, but when I cough, you can definitely tell.
And she's
Don't cough. Do not cough. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Okay.
She's had 3 COVID tests. Oh, I didn't tell you. Your other one came back negative.
Okay, that's great.
She's probably the first person you should tell.
Oh, by the way, you don't have COVID, but she's had this horrible cough. So, it's like you should be able to walk around with a sign that says, "I've tested negative. Don't worry.
I'm not contagious.
My cough is not COVID." Because
just have a cough. It's fine.
You can't cough in public anymore. That's not a thing you can
do.
Because it's like taboo. It's like, why would you? How dare you?
You're gonna scare people.
Yeah.
Look, the cat's even scared.
I know. What? So do that. She'll follow me into the bathroom when I pee.
What does she want?
I don't
She
know.
wants to be there.
She's needy. She's a needy.
Yeah. As soon as so every day I come home from work and my wife is just sitting here. She works from home. She's sitting at her desk working, and the cat's just. As soon as I get home, she's on a work call. And she's like, "What do you just pick her up?" And then I go and I pet her. I'm like, "Is this what you want?" And she's like,
So that she doesn't stop when you pick her up.
No.
She has a lot to say.
She does.
Okay.
She missed me all day.
Does she have dinner waiting for the cat? Not your wife. The cat have dinner waiting for you and
like,
soft music and a cocktail already pre-mixed.
Nope. She just has little pieces of cardboard box that she rips apart. She destroys my house.
Well, I think we should let you go study for your EMT test, and we should conclude this first. I mean, we had to practice one of these that no one will ever see, but
People are going to think this is the practice one.
Yeah, I mean, it's
it's getting better. It is improving. I got a muff. I got this thing.
The quality's just going to get better and better.
Yes. So let's tell people if they have suggestions. Do that little spiel you always used to do, Festus.
Well, if you have things you want, the cats are destroying my house. If you have things you want us to talk about on the show, just email remainseatedpod@gmail.com. You can also tweet us at remainseatedpod. Same handle for Instagram. That's what I used to say, right? Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you do your thing. What's your thing?
No! Don't get up.